We have 4 goals today, which is a lot, but we're going to do it. We're going to be able to identify, be able to classify triangles by their sides and angles. We're going to be able to use the triangle sum theorem. We're going to be able to use the exterior angles theorem. We're going to be able to use theorems about isosceles and equilateral triangles to set up and solve equations. So this one is probably going to have more than one video. All right, so here we go. Goal 1, classifying triangles. So the first way to classify triangles is by its angles. So acute means it has 3 acute angles. So this means that all 3 of their angles are less than 90, okay? It usually looks something like this. That's an acute triangle, okay? Right triangle means it has one 90-degree, aka right, angle. Those triangles usually look a little something like that. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. It usually looks a little something like that. And then equiangular means it has 3 equal angles. So it'll look something like this. All right, now classifying it by its sides. There are 3 ways to classify a triangle by its side. First, you have scaling, which means you have no equal sides or no congruent sides. So if your triangle has 3 different side lengths you're working with, it is considered scaling. Isosceles means it has 2 equal sides. So if you have a triangle and it has 2 sides that are congruent, it is considered isosceles. An equilateral means it has 3 equal sides. It means all 3 of the sides are going to be the same length. All right, let's practice classifying triangles by their angles and sides. All right, so the first thing I know is in example 1, let's start with our angles. So this one here, we have a 60, a 60, and a 60. So yes, they're all less than 90, which means it is acute. Because they're all 60 though, it means it is equiangular. All right, now let's check out our sides. Our sides are 15.5, 15.5, 15.5. So all 3 of them are the same. So that makes it equilateral. Okay, let's look at our next one. We have our angles. We have a 38, a 24, and a 118. So we have an acute, and obtuse. So we have one obtuse angle, which means this is an obtuse triangle. All right, let's check our sides. We have 3.1, 4.6, 6.7. None of those are the same. So when none of the sides are the same, it is scaling. So that's how you'll do goal number 1 on your Google form. You're going to classify by angles and sides. Remember, these are exact examples from the homework. All right, so you have 2 answers already. All right, goal number 2, the triangle sum theorem. So what the triangle sum theorem tells us is when we have a triangle and it's made up of 3 angles. We have angle A, B, C on the inside of a triangle. The triangle's sum theorem tells us that angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. So all 3 of the angles inside a triangle will forever and always equal 180. So let's do an example. It says find the measure of the angle indicated. So here's the angle they want to know. So we have 43 plus 73 plus question mark equals 180. Okay, let's combine like terms and solve for our question mark. So 43 plus 73 is 113, I do believe. Nope, 116. But that's why we have calculators. All right, to get our question mark by itself, we need to do the opposite of a positive 116, which is a negative 116. So our answer is 64 degrees. Ta-da! So you'll have questions like this on your homework where you're finding an indicated angle. This is an exact problem from your homework. Let's do example 3. Solve for x. Again, we're dealing with the inside. So we have an angle of 70 plus 55 plus 3x plus 19 equals 180. Okay, so let's combine like terms. So we have 70 plus 55 plus 19 gives us 144 plus 3x equals 180. Okay, we want to solve for x, so we need to deal with what's farthest away from x, which is 144. We need to get rid of it first. So 180 minus 144 gives us 36. Now we want to divide by 3, giving us x equals 12. You'll have problems just like this on your homework. Again, this is an exact problem from your homework, so you at least have one of those already answered. Well, look at us. We're flying here. We're flying. Let's go ahead and talk about goal number 3, the exterior angles theorem. So, the exterior angles theorem is telling us that if we have an angle that is outside our triangle, okay, we're going to call this angle 1. It is equal to the two angles that are far away from it added together. So what I tell my kids is to arch your outside and circle your insides. So the arch is equal to the circles added together. So let's do an example. All right, we want to find the indicated angle. So we're going to arch our outside, circle our inside. So what is it we don't know? So we do not know our question mark. Now, not all of them are going to be like that. Sometimes it's going to be one of your circles you don't know, okay? So make sure you set it up correctly. It's going to be our outside is equal to our insides added together. Right? So we're going to do 55 plus 75. And we get that our indicated angle is 130 degrees. So you'll have problems just like that on your homework. This exact problem is on your homework. All right, next order of business, we have example 5. Again, we're solving for x. We're going to arch our outside and circle our inside. So remember, your outside, your arch, is equal to your insides added together. All right, so let's combine like terms. So we have a 6x plus 6x, which gives us 12x. And then we have 8 minus 11, which gives us negative 3, I do believe. Let me just check because I've already messed up on some school math already. But a bit of good. Okay, now let's solve for x. First thing we need to do is get rid of that negative 3 because it's farthest away. And that gives us 132 equals 12x. Then we're going to divide by 12. That gives us an answer of x equals 11. Oh man, we're doing good on time. Let's keep going. I thought for sure I'd have to do multiple videos today, but maybe not. All right, let's talk about if we're dealing with isosceles and exterior or equilateral angles. So remember, isosceles means that we have two congruent sides or two equal sides. Well, here's the deal. If there are two equal sides, then there's also two equal angles. So the best way to know which ones they are is our sides are our legs, our angles are our feet. Okay? And vice versa. If we have two equal angles, we have two equal sides. Now, let's talk about if we have equilateral. Now, equilateral means that we have 3 equal sides. Well, guess what? If we have 3 equal sides, then we also have 3 equal angles, and vice versa. So if we have 3 equal angles, then we have 3 equal sides. So now let's do some examples. Example 6 says solve for x. So whenever I look at this first one here, I notice I have 3 equal angles. If you're like, how do you know that, Miss Nelson? Because you see these arcs right here? How they're all just one? That means they're all the same. Well, if we have 3 equal angles, then we also have 3 equal sides. So that means all of these sides are the same. So how much is x? It's 6. And that's your final answer. All right, let's look at this one over here. If we have 2 equal angles. Here, right here. Boom, boom. Well, if we have 2 equal angles, then we have 2 equal sides. Well, remember, if it's our feet, then our legs are equal. So how much is x? It's 8. Again, you'll have problems like this on your homework, and this is a problem from your homework. So you have 2 more answers provided for you for your homework. All right, and the last couple of problems I want to do with you are still solving for x. So let's look at that first one. It says we have 2 equal sides. That means we also have 2 equal angles. So that means these are the same. So this is also 75. Well, then how are we solving for x? Well, remember, a triangle equals 180 degrees. So we would do 75 plus 75 plus x equals 180. Combine your like terms. We get 150 plus x equals 180. Subtract 150 from both sides to get x by itself. And we get x equals 30. This is a problem from your homework that you have the answer to. All right, let's look at our next one. We have 3 equal angles, which means we also have 3 equal sides. It means all of these sides are the same. So that means these are equal. So we can set up an equation saying 2x plus 32 equals 10. And we can solve for x this way. Subtract 32 from both sides. Negative 22. Divide by 2 on both sides. And we get x equals negative 11. Again, this is also a problem from your homework. All right, there you go. Do not forget to complete the Google form. Everything is due by Sunday. And don't forget to write these down and submit a picture of them. That is also a grade. Bye!